My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar. We're going to see what we can do with Dooley today. Probably should have cleared my throat before starting to record. Alas, that's not the order in which I like to do things today. One of these days I'm going to decide to do the intro before I start the recording. The core. Charge all items that right of this for an additional second. When you use any item left of this, charge this a second. And critical core. When you use any item left of this, charge it a second. When you crit with an item, charge it a second. I'm going to take the core. Just so that if I do find a particularly interesting item, that's to say, like, I'm not saying there's any in particular I'm gunning for as much as if I find something that is good in all ways except it is not fast enough, I can use the core to make it a little faster. Start with a bronze tier skill and 2 income, or a medium silver tier item. Let's go with a medium silver tier item. Give me Dianosaur immediately. That's a shame. Jungle Ruins. Oh, I'd love if that event had something for Dooley. Isla's just selling weapons. Can't really afford much of them at the moment. I guess I'm gonna go and pick up 2 bronze tier loot items. That's just additional trash that I can upgrade alongside. Oh, not even necessarily trash in the insect wings case. Just additional items that I can try and upgrade with a B1, B2 perhaps. I could head to the Kyber drone. They might even try and drop an insect wing for us as well, upgrading ours. Okay. Big defense. Not that it was needed at all. There we go. Easy roll through that fight. Longshot. When you win a fight with Longshot in play, it gains 40 damage. Admittedly, this is an item that is good in all ways except for its cooldown. I don't know if I'm going to have the space to be able to run it and also succeed. If I do that, I probably just lose the fight anyway, so it doesn't really grow. Keener sells non-weapon item, Strange Mushroom. I'm going to go Strange Mushroom for some additional money and then try and use the last shop to get powerful. That's not exactly the kind of shop I wanted up last. Loot, medium, weapon, Cortec weapon. Alright, I'm not going to be able to entertain the tiny furry monster, so let's go to Curio and see what he's holding. Some additional cooldown reduction is nice. Damn. Do I want to do it? You know exactly what I'm referring to. Like, when is the good time to take risks with Dooley? I think it's right now when Dooley chomps butt hard. And perhaps it's time to take some risks. Just see, you know, what if I use Junkyard Lance on Dooley? What if I just use small items to charge the core charges the Junkyard Lance, and it does damage? What if? I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying I'm just gonna do it. That's what I'm saying.
Years, waiting for you. Warms my rusty circuits to see that find home.
I think it might be preemptive to get rid of the blast doors, to be entirely honest, but would allow me to pick up not even 2 more small items, just the 1. Junkyard Lance is 75 damage every 10 seconds. Yeah, that's definitely not worth it at the moment. I suspect that's our best board right now. I wait until I get a B1 upgrade for Junkyard Lance, because I believe this doubles its damage every single time it upgrades. So to double to 30 rather, damage per small item, and then 60, and then 120. King Tut. I expect to lose this round. Well, because I'm Dooley.
Right.
No, I might be be able to outshield the boomerang with a blast doors here. Especially if the blast doors waits until the sandstorm to resolve. Which it looks like it will. I don't think that's chomping through the next 200 health in any period of time. I guess it is possible they still beat me. No. No, I'll have way too much health. And I get another 200 when I get below my half health for the first time.
Next time, I'll show you what I learned.
Sadly, still nothing that could trigger the tiny furry monster, so I guess I'm going to Kina and looking for small items that make things faster. I'll take a small economy item, as well as a small item that makes things faster. The battery realistically isn't actually making things that much faster right now.
Being an
It
elder
teaches
is
bronze
just
tier
one
skills.
perspective. Youth has its own wisdom.
Start of the fight, gain shield, equal to 10% of your max health. Rightmost weapon has 20 additional damage. I kind of like the idea of rightmost weapon has 20 additional damage, literally just to get some additional damage on the Junkyard Lance. Well, it's, well, I don't want to say bad, I want to say garbage. I want to say trash. I want to say it might as well be on fire.
9 years.
And if I saw that happen, I wouldn't do anything about it. That's what I want to say. But how could I possibly look at you? You're... If you work, you'll be really fun. I just strongly suspect I've doomed myself by trying this in the first place, but... Alright. If that's the case, then that's the case. Sell the rune axe and pick up 3 small spare change, because they're small items, making the Junkyard Lance more powerful. We could head to the Giant Mosquito for cooldown reduction. I'd love to have as much money as possible, though. I just... Honestly, like that, it's gotta be something like that if I'm gonna fight the Rogue Scrapper. I've gotta have my blast doors up. Yeah, I think I will do it this way. Thankfully, their damage is very, very slow. It's not particularly large. It doesn't scale particularly well. And my blast doors should be able to keep me quite comfortable amongst it. I'd still need to be able to entertain the tiny... Wait, tiny furry monster has already appeared on the first half of this day. It can't appear on the second half. I guess I could still theoretically get experience from something. It's just not likely. Next frame, we're going to get 200 shielding. I'll sell crypto for the full 5 and buy scrap. Well, I say buy. Loot scrap. Curio? I'm curious. Do you want to just upgrade my Junkyard Lance, buddy? I kind of want to sell my cooldown reduction before I do it. In fact, I will, because I would like him to have the opportunity to sell me cooldown reduction as well.
You see landfill? I see buried treasure.
I did see the Hercuvian, and I was like, oh? Sadly not. Icicle's worth holding on to. Magma Core, a little less so. Oh! Thank you! Junkyard Lance upgrade. Alright, we're doing it. Whatever. I guess. I don't think Shadowed Cloak is appropriate, because Shadowed Cloak will give it the ability to give itself haste, but, like, it gets 1 second of haste every time it goes off. Like, realistically, Shadowed Cloak is good for a fast weapon that needs to get haste. This is a slow weapon. It needs to be activated faster.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
And then I'll buy Rune Axe to sell later.
Reuse everything.
Well, B1 and B2 are no longer as important as they were previously, which, you know, is probably a good idea. I'd hate to rely on them because they're not always that reliable. Every 6 seconds, the core gives a second of charge to the Junkyard Lance, or I have defense and the Junkyard Lance. I think it should be I run the defense and the Junkyard Lance, to be entirely frank with you. So yes, Junkyard Lance, 9.5 seconds to deal 30 damage for each small item I have, including stash. I feel like there are silver dogs that are already up to 200 damage by this point in the game. Oh, is that one of them? No, it's not. It's a Regal Blade that's up to 100. But, thankfully, it will scale to 200 over the course of the fight. Ooh, maybe. Wow. Alright, whatever. Maybe. Look. Let's just pretend that nothing's happening. Because, realistically, this build probably dies in a couple of days. Let's just pretend nothing's happening so that if it does, we can celebrate then. Don't you dare count my chickens before they hatch. Took on a bronze tier loot item. That sounds good for my economy as well as for my blade. Some additional crit shards could be dropped on the Junkyard Lance. Kev's Armory. Honestly, an additional 150 health would be lovely right now. The main problem with gathering that is that additional health requires that I lose a bunch of items here. So, like, I can do all of that, and then I can even go and buy the health. But then, until I can replace the health, I can't really afford to sell and get the health. Let's try and provoke a battle. It is a treasure chest. Has a small item in. That's actually an item that might be relevant in Nitro. Every 4 seconds, burn both players for 4, and then charge an item 1 second. Pretty good item to pop on the left side of the core here. With the blast doors, we can absolutely take out the Scout Trooper. In fact, I have absolutely no hesitation in that fact. And also, it'll get us our level 4 before we get to the next fight, which gives me the ability to field 2 more small items for the sake of the Junkyard Lance. I'm very, very pleased that I haven't run into a Vanessa yet, because, like, there's nothing this can do against that. But right now, it's going surprisingly okay. What's great? Bronze upgrade hammer. Upgrading the battery, admittedly, is pretty high priority, but at the same time, like, the Lost Crate does just have the ability to give me a skill, and that could be silver, or it could be weapons at 5% crit chance. It could be anything. Nope.
You have great potential. Let me train you.
I'll just take your shield items. I have 10 additional shield, and thank you for giving me something that had any relevance whatsoever to my board state. Upgrade a bronze tier item. In this instance, I will take the upgrade on the battery so that it gives 2 seconds worth of charge to the Junkyard Lance. My gosh. I don't think I want to lose any damage here. I'd lose 90 damage on the Junkyard Lance were I to sell those chocolate bars right now, unfortunately. Ooh. companion core haste with Carl and Monitor Lizard already on board with Silver Tier. I guess it comes down to whether or not my Junkyard Lance even gets to its second resolution. If it does, I think we're in with a shot. And it does, and we're in with a shot resultingly. I'm gonna give an Obsidian enchantment to this Junkyard Lance at level 10, and it's gonna carry us. I'm just gonna call that now, so that if it does happen, I'll be as surprised as you, because now that I've said that it's gonna happen, I obviously expect that it won't. That's great. Skill. Ooh, weapons deal 10 additional strength, I'll take it. B1, B2. I think that might be worth.
Curio sells junk.
We get 5 additional gold just from items that were upgraded. 1 additional regen as well. Core was upgraded as well, picking up, I think, 20 additional damage in the instance. I don't want to sell any of those just yet. Prince Marianus, you do use a lot of attacking, but I've got a blast doors. And I don't think your attacks are large enough to get through the doors. I really need to load up on more small items though. Being 2 small items short, this is 60 damage that I'm missing on my Junkyard Lance. It could just have 60 more damage right now. Also, at some point, the blast doors is going to become outdated. It hasn't yet, to my surprise. Piranha, you are now one of my new small items.
You learn. We're a good team.
Invigorating Cold. The first time you freeze each fight, haste an item 2 seconds. I'll absolutely be taking that. I have a perfect item for it in my backpack right now. The docks show me a shield-related small item, please. I guess that technically counts. It's not what I was looking for, but it does technically count. Gumball machine could give me a bunch of gumballs. Honestly, that would give me the ability to check out of these. So yeah, I like it for that reason. Freezing something for 4 seconds at the start of the fight is nice. It's probably more important than grappling hook for us. Small items from Midsworth. I'd be able to sell you the blast doors. We're starting to get to pretty much the end of the lifespan of that blast doors. Yeah, you know what?
I was for mid-sized things. I hope that brat Quixel was watching.
I was gonna go in the other direction, but I actually think this is a way better idea.
Is a tasteful item.
Thrusters adjacent items both had their cooldowns reduced by 9% for the Junkyard Lance as well as the core. Remote control. Every 10 seconds, use the core. I'll replace that with the Uzi. Every 2 seconds, charge the core 1 second. I could take the Isocore Field. Realistically, I probably want to replace that with Isocoric Freezer to be our trigger for Invigorating Cold. I just feel like the remote control is probably too slow for right now. Solar Farm, unfortunately, takes up too many slots. I do have 2 items that burn both players. Each of those counts as 2 burn triggers, so the Solar Farm would be charging quite quickly, but it takes up 3 slots for small items. And I need as many small items as I can get right now. I just made my board a lot more powerful in terms of cooldown speed and stuff like that, but also I did, empty out. Well, I guess I lost the blast. Yeah, I had the same damage on this Junkyard Lance. I lost the blast doors and I ended up replacing them. But I preemptively sold too many things hoping that I was going to be going to the gumball machine before I realized Midsworth was actually a pretty good choice.
For you to steal.
Buddy, it's day 4. It's day 4.
I could see you're going places, but I'll be chasing you.
I can absolutely see you're going places. Look at double Atlatl. We've got Deadly Eye for 15% crit chance, Strength for 10 additional damage left-handed for 20 additional damage on the left-handed Atlatl, 2 Atlatls, and a Regal Blade with Pig's Gym. It's day 4, buddy. What? And also, how'd you get beat by a junkyard, Lance? I came straight from the trash yard, and that's where I live. If I walked into a place and said, I can't stay in a dump like this, it'd be fair to assume it's because it's too nice for me. Alright, the docks with a shield item. Ah, jewelry every 3 seconds. Shield equal to triple this item's value. It's a relatively fast resolving item. B1 and B2 can be safely avoided here. They don't really have things I care about. Non-weapon item or Kina, and I look for 3 small items first. Ooh.
Guided me to what you needed.
Remote control lowering its cooldown. Do I give it a chance? What's the cooldown it gets to? Does it get all the way down to 6? Is that the cooldown for it? Yeah, down to 6 seconds. Diamond tier? I just don't think I even feel that it's 6 seconds. I think at that point, like, it's metronome and Uzi and isochoric freezer and thrusters and battery. I just don't see the room for an item that has to get to diamond tier to have 6 seconds to activate. You'd want the core to do something and then also do something else. Like, I'd want the core to have a bunch of damage and then also trigger the Junkyard Lance if I want to use a remote control like that. Nitro! Charge! A second on the item. Both jewelry and light bulb. Relatively quick here. I can't replace the core because the core is what's charging the Junkyard Lance at the moment. Hercuvian, you do have rocket boots, I guess? Possibility of rocket boots. I can go with the Gorgon Noble.
Come to lay gold at my altar.
Unfortunately, my battery resolves right before the first Junkyard Lance. I want that to be different.
So, the mouth bites back.
It's really important we get the upgrade for Junkyard Lance as soon as possible as well. Doubling its damage again is very important. 2 gold and a silver tier loot item, and now we have the high damage on the Junkyard. And in fact, a lot of small items I can afford not to sell. I gain 120 more max HP because that's a way that I can afford to do it without having to go to an eating contest where I can't really afford to do that. Battlefield for a small weapon? Can't really conceive of the weapon I want in this instance. Is it a laser pistol? No. Could it have been? No. But I do have it now. Ah. This is the Vanessa that is doing the absolute worst. So I expect to see an interesting board. Or maybe you picked up your first double barrel today. I don't know. You show me. Why don't you show me what's... It's alright, never mind. Hopefully I crit with the Junkyard. We do not. I need to crit with the Junkyard. Alright. Gold Alto. Nice. 25 additional damage when they are on high enough health. Certainly helping him out there. Before I get to the next fight, I'll have the opportunity... Well, before I get to the next boss fight, rather. I'll have an opportunity to upgrade my Junkyard Lance. think I go to the gumball machine for just gumballs right now. I don't really want to go to relax, to be entirely frank with you. And I also don't really see the value in middle for me right now. What about the monsters today? Who could I fight today? I could fight Infernal or Lich. I could lose. I would 100% lose the Lich. Infernal? I had to strike the Infernal 3 times with my Junkyard. 4 times? 5 times. 5 times with my Junkyard Lance in order to win that fight. Alright. Probably not going to win that fight. So I'm already not winning Infernal or Lich no matter what, just because this is way too slow of a weapon to help us get through those. So Lone Shark and Enclave Weeper are the 2 we're likely to win. I don't see relaxing for 600 HP making a difference
Nothing
there.
tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
I don't really want to hold schematics. Okay, I kind of do, but I don't. Schematics, when you level up, get a tech item. So this is a non-small item, so it's 2 spaces I have to sell out. That's 30, 60 damage off of the Junkyard Lance. When I upgrade the Junkyard Lance, that's 120 damage away from the Junkyard Lance by losing those 2 slots. And then the schematic still needs space to open in order to sell. And because it can generate the railgun, I'd have to have 3 extra spaces empty. So I'm losing way too much damage. That's probably going to be the case for all of the medium items. Cryosphere, freeze all items on the core for 2 seconds. Cybersecurity, deal 30 damage for each weapon or tech item you have. This deals 3 times damage if it's your only friend. Yeah, I'm going to come and look at your opening store and then basically just leave. I don't really see value there for us, unfortunately. Bakun sells medium and large items, buys your small items at +1 value. Yeah, I'm looking for small items that make me fast, not the opposite of that. I could go to the Artisan Dunes just to get 10 additional damage on the Junkyard Lance immediately, but that really feels like a bad idea. Power Sander, adjacent weapons and shield items, gain +9. I'll sell the grappling hook. Nice. Enclave Weeper with 1500 health. So I still have to hit you 4 times with a Junkyard Lance? That's a lot of times. Well, not 4 times. With the core and the Uzi hitting as well, we'll be fine. I'm slightly concerned because they have poison, but I've never really felt the threat of actually being poisoned by this enemy. And I won't yet. They've dropped for us a bandage, heal 10, shield 10. Upgrade a silver or lower tier item, says Forger here. I say upgrade my Junkyard Lance to do 60 additional damage for each small item I have, including in my stash. I'll go to Andy, who sells small items, looking to upgrade
the first step toward good taste.
some of my small items. It's worth noting, Junkyard Lance is probably still going to have the best time being both adjacent to a cooldown reduction and a battery, so I'm not going to put the capacitor on field to charge adjacent items 1 second. It's also just really bad. This gets to Diamond tier, and it's 5-second cooldown to charge adjacent items 1 second? It's so much less impactful than other similar tools. Like, why would I replace the battery or the thrusters with it? I can't think of a reason.
Smart one for your size.
Thank you. Granola bar. I mean, realistically, Isocoric Freezer is what I'm hoping for here, but like, how am I going to find it immediately? It feels like maybe I should change out the Icicle. But Icicle is also important in order to have some disruption for weapons, Vanessa.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
First Aiden's definitely worth replacing, though. Get rid of the bandages, buy the First Aiden.
So glad we could share this experience today.
The very first Aiden. I guess if I see Vanessa, I might leave the Icicle on the field. Otherwise, I'll field First Aiden. Alright, First Aiden time.
should warn you, I'm not like other Jabbar.
The prognosis is complicated. Just give us some believable information. It's hard to say. They were kept on the edge of living the entire time, healed their way back up, and then got thunked back down with the Junkyard Lance. I kind of want to just commit to the Junkyard Lance. It's done significantly better than I thought it ever could. And in these waning days of the patch, it does feel like doing something like this on Dually is certainly appropriate. It's how I started the episode, basically, saying, you know,
My wares by haggling.
seems like a good idea to do some weird stuff on Dually today. Red button, charge adjacent large items 2 additional seconds, every 6 seconds. And there's also the metronome. When you use an adjacent item, haste the other adjacent item for 1 second. Neat. I now have to figure out what I do, because I think the core is probably the least impactful part of this board, to be entirely frank with you. Like, having a metronome
everyone,
and
you got
getting
it.
perma-haste on the Junkyard Lance is going to be infinitely more powerful than having cooldown reduction. Every 2 seconds, the Uzi puts 1 second worth of haste over onto the Junkyard Lance. So that means the Junkyard Lance is effectively right, because it can't pass it back. All right, never mind. That's like, it's half of the time the Junkyard Lance has got haste. I've got to upgrade the metronome to get there the full way. Get all bar when you sell a tool. This gains +1 max ammo. Do I have any tools in here? No, I used to, but then I sold them. Red button's not going to be more effective than getting perma-haste as well as the battery charge. Do I even leave thrusters on that field? I guess I could bob it between the 2 charging items. Heck, maybe even between these 2 charging items. Yeah. I could sell 3 things and go to the looking for spare change if I really wanted to. But I don't really want to do... Maybe I go for 10 damage on the Uzi. If the Uzi could even be on the other side, that'd be nice, but unfortunately I have right-handed. And the battery only charges the item to the left of it. Alright, again, I'm gonna have a very short look at middle. Yeah, flamethrower, it is a tool. I could sell it to make Gin Olabar stronger. Tesla coil, when using adjacent tech, charge 1 item 1 seconds. And admittedly, there are adjacent techs on this field. Like, I could replace thrusters and jewelry with Tesla coil here. And then nitro and battery both give out additional seconds of charge to other items on the field. I lose 120 damage from the lance, though. Woof.
Every item finds its buyer. It's a relationship, you know?
120 is numbers. Thug, though. Thug. Do you understand the importance of what you could do for me, Thug? Because I do.
Ready to go. and nobody gets hurt.
So, can you think of any one item on your board that's capable of synergizing with a board where I want small items and high damage?
I'm sorry, okay?
What kind of spicy item you might drop for us? That's right, I wanted the improvised bludgeon. When you sell this, your leftmost slow item gets plus 2 seconds of slow. Alright, can I sell? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna sell the core. You're not allowed to do that, by the way. I think I just bugged the game by doing it. Because the game is gonna try... I think the game believes the core to still be in that slot. And if I reload, it will be there. All in. Oh my god, all in. Shield Bash. The first 4 times your enemy uses a non-weapon item each fight, charge and weapon. 1 second. Yep.
Soon I think you will be ready for a dearer.
I'm gonna do the reload right now because I'm pretty concerned that the game is gonna bug out if I go too far past that decision point without doing anything about it. Yeah. Welcome back. It's just a bug at the moment. It's not a... that's not a thing that's supposed to be.
Have any huge items?
McMole's coolin'. Freeze a small item 2 seconds, cleanse off your burn, as well as the copper ed. That's the upgrade for the thrustoids. Yeah. I don't think Isla is really where I want to go right now. I'm gonna head to the docks and look for a tool. Multi-tool. Haste another item 2 seconds and slow an item 2 seconds. 4-second charge to use it. Honestly, I could replace jewelry with that. I feel like I'm gonna need Uzi off the field pretty soon so that I can get my only weapon on field to be the Junkyard Lance. Oh dear. A Cove Force Fields. I mean, yeah, it's gonna do pretty well against me, I think. Yep. Every 3 seconds, gain 350 shields. And then force field every 2.9 seconds. Oh, wait, 2.9 on both of them as well. 2.9 how? Okay, I can't look at the exact cooldown for it. But I assume this resolved before the force field for the first time because it did hit me pretty hard. Alright, Monster Ranch, why don't you give me cooldown reduction for a single item? That sounds 6% for the entire board versus 9% for a single item. It feels like I have to go for the 6% for the entire board. Like, the Junkyard Lance is certainly the most important of the items on board, but everything else is about speeding up the Junkyard Lance, so all of them being 6% faster is pretty impactful as well. Versus this being 2% faster and everything else getting nothing.
Oh, come on then. Let's get this over. Happy to exploit you. I mean, help you.
This is exactly the kind of run that can't support Crane. It wants me to have other large and medium items that activate quickly. That's exactly what I don't have. Isocoric Freezer. Hello.
That's how a master merchant makes a sale.
Good to see you. Freeze an item with a cooldown of 4 or less seconds for 2 seconds, that is. I feel like while I'm waiting for the metronome to get back online and be in full power, maybe I do even want to... No, the haste is important, though. 7.9 seconds. So 3.7 seconds into the fight. This gives 3 seconds worth charge as well. Versus this way, where 3.3 seconds into the fight gets 3 seconds charge. This is up to 6.3 seconds by 9.3 seconds. Wait, hang on. By 6.6 seconds, which is the second trigger of the battery. That other one has seen 9.6 seconds worth of charge. So it has already gone off before the second battery goes off. Whereas in this way, it's also already gone off before the second battery goes off. Plasma grenade burn both players for 10 and then slow all enemy items for 2 seconds. I wonder if maybe lowering the cooldown on that, literally just so that I can slow all enemy items for 2 seconds once, maybe that's good enough. Also, now we only have one weapon on field, so the shield bash triggers the Junkyard Lance. I think that might actually be a really good idea, because if I do get 6.2 seconds into the fight, if I do slow all of their items by 2 seconds, it's pretty hard for them to deal with that. Burninator bot, I think I'm going to go for the Cosmic Rock, because if I could get the cooldown reduction for the entire board again, that would be sweet. Keener, your items have 12% additional crit chance. Worth. 2 and a silver tier loot item. I'll sell a plasma. And pick up 4% cooldown reduction for the entire board. Nice. Kev's Armory, do you have any one-space bangers you could offer me?
Oh, a customer.
I did expect the answer to be no. Adjacent vehicles have their cooldowns reduced. Armadillo, security clamora. I will roll. Yeah, just because it's not especially expensive, but I don't see anything there I'm super excited about. I will buy a barbed wire just so that I have a full complement of small items here. Yeah, I don't really expect any of those to be valuable either. I'll look at Isla, I guess.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it.
I gotta say, Arc Blaster does trigger pretty quickly on this field. That said, it's another weapon, and I don't really want a second weapon because Shield Bash. I'll call it there. I'm holding on to the Junkyard Lance until I get to level 10, because when I get to my enchants, I think it's entirely... Ooh, hang on. I see. I think maybe I should drop an Icicle on the field to try and freeze a weapon.
You should know.
Because if I get like, you know, a damage or scaling related enchant, maybe the Lance stays with us. Oh, we hit the rowboat with the immediate freeze. That's huge. Oh my god, we were so close to killing them.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo in me.
I am... If I can clock 7 wins with the Junkyard Lance, I'm gonna be over the moon about it. Snack time for 180 HP, please. If you could upgrade Metronome, I'd go to you, but you can't upgrade Metronome. Can you B1 and B2? Let me know when you're S1 and S2. I'll sell a Seashell to pick up Walter Cooler, who is not going on board. Elite Duelist Bloodreef Captain. I'm pretty sure the Bloodreef Captain has a wheel? Yeah, Captain's Wheel. Haste adjacent item 2 seconds. If you have a vehicle or a large item, reduces item's cooldown by 20%, 50%. That's actually not that bad. Enclave Revenant is also kind of a difficult fight for us, admittedly. Although now with the battery, I could totally use a Shadowed Cloak for the Junkyard Lance. Especially a gold tier one. And then Elite Duelist has Big Ego as well as Spices. So pretty much everyone here has something I'm keen on. I feel like Enclave Revenant is more likely to end up out of control. I'm going to try Blood Reaver Captain. If I can get a Captain's Wheel, I'll happily lose 120 damage in order to have Perma Haste on my Junkyard Lance, as well as another item on the field.
We deserve no mercy.
Flagship, if you have another tool, ammo, property, or friend, this has +1 multicast for each. Well, I have everything except for a property. Friend, ammo. Didn't I have a tool? Could have sworn I had a tool. Didn't I? Did I sell it? The multi-tool. I could have sworn I didn't sell the multi-tool. Oh, there it is. Never mind, I have the tool. That said, do I need the 12 gold from Flagship enough? Yeah, I think I do. And then I just need to find a way to replace it. This is exactly what I wanted. Sanguine Valley, I'm going to double damage the Junkyard Lance, and we're going to go with it as far as we possibly can. And then, when I upgrade it again, it'll double its damage one more time. The Artist, enchant an item, you say? So I feel like the biggest impact that I can get on enchanting an item right now is probably having Icicle trigger something at the very start of the fight.
Space is my canvas, and time is my paint.
Was that haste? Oh my god! Turbo Icicle at the start of each fight, haste 2 items 4 seconds. Huge. Also, Tox Clock sells haste slow and cooldown items. I will buy any small items I see to fill out my complement. While I was looking for the Metronome upgrade, which we didn't find, GPU haste the core for 4 seconds. Why would I do that? I've got a 1,800 damage Junkyard Lance. I feel like lowering the cooldown on Isochoric Freezer might be a better idea right now. Yes.
My people believe in peace. Boring!
Okay, burn items on fields. Double matchbox with a... Is that a shiny pawn shop? Yeah, okay, but you've only got 800 more max HP from it. So I guess you must have gotten it very recently, perhaps from a Pearls event. Unfortunately, my damage... Like, Pig is exactly the worst enemy for me, because my damage is really, really good and then it runs out. And unfortunately, you found me right when it's run out.
Oh, don't let this get you down. Eyes on the prize.
One more crit from the Lance and we might have gotten it. Yeah, 11,000 damage, but unfortunately, Big Malian has, yeah, more than 5 times my health. More than 5 times? Less than 5 times. More than 4 times my health. Yeah, just more than 4 times my health.
What can I do for you right now?
Random enchantment location, you say? I don't think setting anything on fire is really gonna set the world on fire. I think maybe battery, because that could possibly inherit crit chance and then give the crit chance to the obsidian. I mean, plasma grade could technically give us like turbo as well, but like...
Minus sadness.
Oh, never mind, it's burn anyway. Let's 3% experience, sorry, 3%, 3 experience, or 9% cooldown reduction on the lance. I think I have to go the cooldown reduction. I love experience. I deeply and dearly love experience. I don't think I really get a choice on that one, though. I'll grab Security Cameron, just because I know that I can get through this next fight without him. Trash Titan, do you want to do me a solid and give me Juggler? Make me the Trash Titan. Please, crown me trash. Juggler, when you use a small item, charge a large item for 1 second, they use it to charge their Junkyard Lance. Why can't I use it to charge mine, huh? Hemlock, every 6 seconds, poison too. Almost all of the Simon skills are going to be related to the core, so I'm going to go to Zara, looking for haste and charge skills.
You can think yourself faster.
First time you haste each fight, freeze an item 3 seconds. I'll take that, because at the very start of the fight, we haste, we freeze, and haste, and freeze, and haste.
The key to moving faster is seeing around the distance.
I'll head to Andy, who sells small items for a number of reasons,
You can't afford it.
including the fact that he can
Diamonds come in small boxes.
use your leftmost item, charge your rightmost item 2 seconds. Leftmost item charges rightmost. Leftmost charges rightmost. I mean, it's the upgraded form of it, so it really feels appropriate to take the fiber optics. The only thing is I have to find the items on board that can afford to give way to it. It's probably Plasma Grenade.
You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
When you use your leftmost, charge your rightmost. So my rightmost should be the battery for the Obsidian Lance. And then my leftmost should be First Aiden, I believe. Nice. I'll sell Hemlock and hold on to the
Buyer's
crypto
remorse never. Be remorseless.
and leave.
Imagine the wonders waiting for us in the ground.
Alright, Pearl. I want you to know, Pearl, that I've always believed in you. You have exactly 16 gold, Pearl. You have 16 gold to give me Silencer. Shiny Silencer, preferably, but look, I'm not going to push you that much. Energy Potion. Haste your items 3 seconds. I honestly don't think that's good enough. I don't think that actually changes my fortunes. Is that just extremely oversight? Like, surely I just sell Nitro Field Energy Potion and I'm like, well, we got it. Well, we got it.
That looks like the Cretaceous era?
Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to upgrade this to Diamond Tier just yet. Well, technically, it kind of is Diamond Tier, because Diamond Tier just doubles its damage again from Gold Tier, so the Obsidian upgrade stands in place of Diamond Tier. That said, Esperxy, if you would please, if you would please just let me get through this fight. Froze your shielded rifle and nesting doll, and then froze them again, and then I crit you in the face with the Obsidian Chunk Lance. We actually took this to 7 wins, y'all. I have no delusions that I'm getting much further than this. But 7 wins for the Lance. I can't be mad about that. Kina.
Cast aside your deathstruments.
When you use item left of this, charge the item to the right of this in 1 second. If I add anything fast enough, maybe. I know I have an Uzi in my inventory, but like I still have to lose 2 items from this field in order to field an Uzi that gives a second of charge to this every time. Like, it feels like I could, because I haven't got haste on this Well, I guess I do have haste on it from energy potion. But because I don't have like consistent perma haste on this, it feels like I can get that same effect of the charging station just by fielding the metronome and the Uzi again instead. I really need that Uzi upgrade. Sorry, the Uzi upgrade, the metronome upgrade. Oh, Nitro. Welcome back. Cool LEDs and the core.
Buy a weapon instead.
Yeah, maybe. Goldie. Goodbye. Yes, I see the power drill. No, I don't want the power drill. Volcus, I'm pretty sure I can just crit you out of existence with one hit of the obsidian swing.
It's a job.
Ooh, just short of one.
Requesting backup.
And the second does it.
Now.
I'll be able to buy it back. In fact, I'll get some of the value back now. 2 gold, gold tier loot item, please. Oh my god, it's 6% cooldown reduction for the board. Good lord. The cooldown reductions have been insane. Andy, upgrade my,
Mine is highly concentrated.
upgrade my
Tell
guy.
everyone you got it here.
Oh, wow. Upgraded plasma grenade.
Shall I gift wrap it for you?
I really want the guy was not going to be thrusters, wasn't even going to be first aiding. Oh damn, this is so annoying. I'm going to hit Bazaar for the experience. I'm going to be 1 experience off the ability to upgrade the Obsidian Junkyard Lance. I hope I win 1 more fight so that I can get that upgrade. Please. Please, I want to see it diamond tier. I want to see it diamond tier with Obsidian. I want to see it legendary tier because it's doubled its damage past diamond tier. That's legendary. Oh my god. Shiny pop snappers, you say? All right, we're gonna get it to diamond tier. Oh my god. All right, Forger. Let's get the Diamond Obsidian Lance. Wait, hang on. I don't think it doubled again. It was 15, 30, 60, 100. Okay, so it doesn't double final time. But Obsidian Junkyard Lance. Deal 100 damage for each small item you have, including in your stash. This also has double damage. 3,000 damage and 64 as well. And a 1 in 4 crit chance. Pearl,
Hope you packed a change
it's
of
time.
clothes, because you're gonna get dirty.
Pendulum, every 8 seconds, saves 4 items for 3 seconds. When you crit, charges 2 seconds. Adjacent items have 50% additional crit chance. That does give additional crit chance to the Lance at the cost of taking other lockdown or field that I'd rather keep. Diamond Flagship. No, thank you. Blue Nana's at its highest level for 200 max health. Honestly, not bad. But I'm going to have to control myself because at some point here, the game is going to relent and give me the item I'm looking for. Butter, for each chasing tool or food. This game's multicast. No. Robo. Charge adjacent items 1 second. If you have 5 or more unique types, reduces item's cooldown. If this was diamond tier, maybe tech, weapon, tech, potion, friend. Yeah, so it would work in that instance. I'm gonna sell the crypto. Not selling it for good value, but I am selling it. Basically, just get it out of this inventory right now. Vanessa's Amulet, I can't afford 1 slot on board for just the additional damage from that. The additional crit chance, rather. Alright, I'm gonna sell Walter. Roll probably for the final time, unfortunately. Railgun, when you use another tech item, charges 2 seconds. Regal Blade, and then Golden Crypto. Has double value.
Were the people who left these
It's also a
things
small item. Cooldown reduction from Curio, but I've absolutely got to get experience right now. Sure, Lord of the Wastes.
These are waves on a sea. Your strength is beautiful.
picked up some as well as a bunch of experience. Oh, absolutely Awakened District. Would I like trickle-down economics in this build? Yes, the answer is yes. Yeah, but I guess I'll get offered the Landscraper instead. We'll sell crypto for the double value, get the Landscraper, I'll find an event or shop to fill out my items again. Adira teaches diamond tier skills. I kind of want to go, because Zara doesn't have many, like, many new skills she can give me that I'm super... I guess she could upgrade Shield Bash. Because she does sell charge-related skills. But Adira could teach me, like, anything that saves me, or anything that, like, doubles the damage of my weapons, or even doubles our largest big guns would be good, too.
If you know you are the best, is not humility a deception?
When you freeze, your items gain 4% crit chance, and the first 5 times you use your rightmost item each fight, freeze an item 1 second. That'd help lock them down a little bit, and I use the fiery battery consistently. Honestly, I think additional lockdown is exactly what I need.
There is so much more.
Let's first and foremost go look for spare change, getting 3 more, giving us
My lessons are...
coverage.
Are you prepared?
First time you use a large item, shield equal to 10% of your max HP, 500 shield first time I use it, or when you use a large item for the first time, slow 4 items 3 seconds. Let's take the slowing. Because if I hit them the first time really, really quickly, I hit them for the first time really quite quickly.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this
So if that
more
then
fun.
slows them down and I get my second hit in quite quickly as well, we might be able to score some wins against... Ooh, Radiant is pretty difficult for us,
Defeat does not
thankfully.
defeat
Oh
me.
my god. Thankfully, we froze the captain's wheel, so the Longshot did not have haste, and it didn't even get 6.5 seconds into the fight. I am so surprised this is working. If I'm honest, I picked this a little bit as a meme. Like, well, this is probably my last dually run for this cycle of patch. Why don't we have fun with it? But the game was like, okay, absolutely. And you'll have the most fun you've ever had. Game's out here trying to get me to overdose on fun. You're going to gold tier loot item, and if I know my luck, it's cooldown reduction. What? I can't believe something went bad for me. How
No
dare it?
weapons, leave with big bargains.
It's not even worth.
I feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
It does. I think your items are negative for my board spec. They are a negative influence on my board.
Disregard intel. Target threat level 8.
Ice pick every 7 seconds. Freeze an enemy item for 3 seconds. Small enemy item for 3 seconds as well as scale damage with those small items. Andy, do you want to upgrade the thrusters finally?
Haggling. Ugh.
Evidently no.
Window shoppers.
I mean, sure, I'll take another level up before we get to the next fight. Frost Street Champion? You shouldn't have.
Aryan strong.
I don't think Blizzard would be a benefit for me right now. At the start of each fight, freeze all non-weapon items 2 seconds, because I really need my energy potion, first aid, and battery. And thankfully, I won't have to worry about the Blizzard, because we get Sapphire. Freeze a small item for 2 seconds, and your other freeze items have +1 seconds to their duration. Upgrade an item. I feel like it should be thrusters for lower cooldown. on the lance. I feel like that probably makes the largest impact here, rather than 1 additional second of haste out of the energy. All right, SETI. Ready? SETI? Then go. Just gonna zoom in on those items for no particular reason. Look, it's not relevant at all. It's probably not relevant to the thumbnail. Don't look at the thumbnail.
My fight isn't with you, but if
Let me say, just before the fight even starts resolving, that 9 wins with this, I'm over the moon with. Oh, deadly powder keg. Thankfully, I froze it. Oh my
like
god.
my crew says at the bar.
What?
Another round.
I guess this is what happens when you run enough freeze. What on earth? I'm not naive enough to think this is the world's first Junkyard Lance run. But it might be the second after Rito. Good goddamn. I am so pleased with that. Didn't I say, how do you play Dually? You get a fun item from a different character. This time it was the common core neutral items. And then you run with that. Oh my god, what fun. I'll happily collect my 3 chests. And rank up to 623. I lost about 100 rank over the course of like 3 days where I wasn't playing. So I guess a lot of new people have become legend tier in that period of time. For the moment though, let me just tell you that my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people, so generally supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. At or above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time. I'm also live on stream like 7 hours after this goes live.